Hello, let's read Star Wars: The High Republic, and this one is called Jedi Brave in Every Way. This is Starlight Beacon. Younglings from all over the galaxy come here to study a mystical power called the Force. With enough training, they can use the Force to help people. They will become Jedi Knights. This is Grandmaster Yoda, a very wise Jedi. He enjoys teaching others and understands the path from youngling to Jedi very well. But even for Yoda, sometimes things do not go the way he expects. When Yoda arrives at the Jedi training room, 3 younglings do not seem to be learning anything at all. Happening? What is? Yoda asks. The training droid, 8D, or 8s for short, told Toko, Bree, and John stories about adventures they may have when they become Jedi Knights. But instead of getting excited, they grew afraid. Yoda says, overcoming fear is the greatest lesson for a young Jedi to learn. Even I had to learn this lesson. An idea I have, Yoda announces, and he goes to find someone who can help. He comes back with Burryaga. Burry is an older student called a Jedi Padawan, but he remembers that being a youngling was scary sometimes. He greets the younglings with a big Wookiee roar, "Hoo!" And then, to make them feel better, he gives them the best medicine in the galaxy. A Wookiee hug. Yoda thinks that it will help the younglings to hear a story from Burryaga about his own fears. Even though Burry is now very big, a long time ago, on a planet far, far away, he was very small. Burry's people, the Wookiees, came from a planet called Kashyyyk. There they live in harmony with nature and spend their time in the huge trees that grow all over the planet. When Burry was younger, the trees of Kashyyyk looked very tall. He was afraid he would fall if he tried to climb one. But life in the trees is an important part of being a Wookiee. Come with us, Burry, his parents said. We'll do it together. Burry was afraid, but kept climbing anyway. Eventually, Burryaga made it to the top. A beautiful view of Kashyyyk was waiting for him. He didn't have to be brave enough to climb a whole tree. He just had to be brave enough to take one step and then another. He just had to keep going. Now, when Burry is scared to do something big, he thinks about it like a lot of small things he can do, one after the other. A natural part of being a person, fear is, Yoda explains. But when fear you feel, a choice you must make. Only afraid are you, or also brave? How can we be both afraid and brave? Bree asks. Worry not, Yoda says. Teach you I will. Come now, Yoda says. An adventure we will have. Hurrah! Burry yells. The younglings follow Master Yoda and Burryaga to a chamber aboard Starlight Beacon with many beautiful spaceships. Yoda shows them one called a long beam that will take them across the galaxy. Fasten your seatbelts, 8s instructs. Far to travel we have, Yoda says. Many interesting places we will visit. You will confront your fears and learn to be Jedi brave. Yoda, Burry, and Toko explore a world called Geonosis, while 8s plays with the other younglings back on the long beam. Geonosis is a planet full of many kinds of insects. I do not like bugs, Toko exclaims. They are strange and scary. I want to go back to the ship, Master Yoda. Strange they are, Yoda agrees. Very different from you and me. But a Jedi Knight must understand and be in harmony with all forms of life. What if these bugs sting us? Toko asks. Hurt you? They will not, Yoda assures her, if you do not hurt them. Sometimes afraid we are of things we do not understand, Yoda continues. Often we learn there is nothing to fear. These creatures are an important part of nature. Beautiful and interesting they are. If only you take the time to look. Toko realizes the insects are fascinating, not scary. They are living creatures just like her. Next, Yoda takes John to the water planet Moncala. I can swim, but I'm afraid of the ocean, Master Yoda, John admits. It is very big. I am so small. Swimming is the same in the smallest pond as in the biggest ocean, Yoda replies. If swim you can, then you can swim anywhere. You must only be brave enough to try. When John sees the beauty below the ocean's surface, he forgets he is afraid. He discovers that size matters not. No place is too big to explore. Later, they land on Ephrona, a rocky world where plants cannot grow. Few people live here, Yoda explains. A lonely place this is. I do not like being alone, Bree says. It makes me feel afraid. Even when you are by yourself, alone you are not, Yoda says. Inside us all, a wonderful friend lives. Hard to find when other people are near, but be brave and find this friend. You will. Even though Yoda, Burry, and her friends are close by, Bree thinks they seem very far away. Bree looks for the friend Yoda told her about, but she is all by herself. Then she hears a little voice in her head and realizes she is not alone. She finds her imagination. Bree thinks of the many wonderful adventures she will have as a Jedi and all the people and creatures she will help. Once she sees what her imagination can do, she decides being alone isn't so lonely after all. All three younglings feel much better, but it is not yet time to return to Starlight Beacon. Toko, John, and Bree do not know what could be scarier than the things they have... All three younglings feel much better, but it is not yet time to return to Starlight Beacon. One more fear you must face, Yoda tells them. The Jedi's greatest fear it is. Toko, John, and Bree do not know what could be scarier than the things they have already done. To get ready for their final challenge, they share what they have each learned about being brave. The Jedi do not just help other people, they help each other too. They arrive at their last destination, Utapo. It is a planet full of many deep, dark holes. Some so deep you can't see the sun or the moons or the stars at all. I can't see anything. It's so dark. I don't know what's here. Exactly, Yoda says. Afraid you are of things you know not, because you know not. Seek the light of understanding. Chase away the dark, it will. Always there the light is, Yoda promises. The Jedi carry it with them. In the glow from Master Yoda's lightsaber, the younglings can see many tunnels. Only one leads back to the Longbeam, but the younglings do not know which one. All the tunnels are dark, and the younglings are afraid, but they decide to be brave. After what seems like a long time, they find their way. It is time to go home. The younglings now know how to overcome their fears. They have learned it is okay to be afraid sometimes. Fear is just a feeling, and it feels even better to be brave. If they ever feel afraid again, they will be Jedi brave. For light and life. And that was called Jedi Brave in Every Way. It's part part of the Star Wars The High Republic series, I guess. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that and that you subscribe and come back often.